So we'll continue from the ESXi networking topic. This is physical server. On the back end, there are 4 network adapters. Okay. We have 2 physical switches. Right now, let's say we are not sure how many connections are connected in our lab. We'll verify that. Before that, we'll just draw one. From the physical network adapter, cable will be connected to the physical switch. Okay. For redundancy, we have 2 switches. Now, once you install ESXi OS, by default, it will create a virtual switch. It comes with the OS itself. Okay. And this switch will be connected to the physical network adapter by default. Automatically, it will be connected to one network adapter as well. Otherwise, there will be no connectivity to the ESXi. So we will be sitting somewhere here, internet or local network. Let's say local network in the same building. Okay. If it is like this, if a switch is created without connection, the IP address will be ESXi address will be here. If you want to reach the ESXi machine from our admin laptop via this physical switch, it will goes to the physical network adapter. Here, this IP address will be on the port group. By default, there will be 2 VM kernel port groups also, or 2 port groups also will be created, 1 VM kernel and 1 virtual machine. Like this. But there is no connection. This IP address will be on the VM kernel port group. Okay. This IP we normally assign it to VM kernel port group. But to reach this IP address, we don't have connectivity, right? Up to here we can reach. But from here to this IP, there should be some connectivity like this. But there is no connection. Okay, it will not work. So that's why when you install OS itself, automatically one connection will be established like this. But if you want to, you can change it later. Either maybe this one and you remove this one later, whatever it is. Okay. We can modify later. By default, it will be created like this. Okay. So this OS, this virtual switch and the network adapter connection and 2 port groups automatically will be created. Fine. So virtual switch, 2 port groups and 1 connection to the physical network adapter will be automatically created when you install OS itself. Whatever the IP address that you configure from the console, it will be assigned to this port group, VM kernel port group. That's how basically from internet or local network we access the server. Okay. Now our aim is to create more switches, create port groups, and manage the physical network adapters as well. We will leave this switch as it is. We will create one more virtual switch like this. Okay. If you are creating a virtual switch, at least one network adapter should be connected. Okay. Otherwise, it's of no use. Okay. Virtual switch, if it is there, let's say if you create, normally we use virtual switches for port groups. If you create port groups, if you want to send and receive communication, it should be connected to one of the network adapter. Let's say you connected here. Still, it's of no use. Why? It's connected. This virtual switch is connected to this physical network adapter, but still we will not be able to connect any we will send and receive traffic to these port groups. Why?
Was not connected to port group.
I mean, it's not connected like this. Yeah, so there is no cable connected to the physical switches. It's of no use even if you connect like this. We'll try multiple ways. Without connection, we try with connection, and from here from here to here connection or without connection. We'll try all this. Okay. First, we'll
Sir,
verify
drop
on our physical. Sorry. Any question?
host management traffic should be there.
Yes,
Host
that will
management
be
traffic should be there,
here.
no?
Host management traffic will be here. The host is assigned to this IP address. This IP address is assigned here. Host management traffic will be there. Let's say there is a virtual machine. If you connect this virtual machine to this switch, there is no communication. See, because of there is no cabling here, no connectivity to reach outside. I'm talking about this one. This one we still have. This is second one. Fine. We'll create this. First, we will verify how many physical adapters we have on the server backend. Okay. So on the server backend, this is the physical server. Select configure tab. Under networking, check physical adapters. So sitting from here, we can understand how many cables are connected in the server backend. Okay. So pics already connected. Okay. Just send me. I'll show you how the server backend looks like. Whoever is available here, you can go on physical, check the physical server itself. Just a minute. Just for quick visibility, how it looks like really on our lab, okay, the server side. I'll show you this. This is the server backend in our lab. If you see, there are 4 network adapters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of which 2 cables are connected, 2 are empty. Right? That's what we see here. If you go to physical adapters, there are total 4, 0 to 3. And actual speed, it is 1 Gbps. It is showing 100 Mbps. 2 are down. Look at actual speed. If there are any values displayed, that means they are actually connected and that much of speed is observed to send and receive traffic. Okay. And if it is showing empty, that means down, not connected. These are empty slots. Okay. So in real time, normally we have to just assume, but here we have opportunity to check. Okay. Physically, we can go and check. Fine, 2 adapters connected. That's what we see here. 2 values are connected. 2 are down. If you go and connect a cable here, one more slot, it will show us some value, 1 Gbps or 100 Mbps, whatever the speed it is. Okay. Then virtual switches. There is one virtual. This is virtual switch, the vertical gray color box. This is the virtual switch. Okay, complete virtual switch. When we install OS itself, it is created, and it is connected to VMNIC 0 automatically. VMNIC 0 is connected here, and it is cable also connected. So here, this one cable also connected the other end to the switch. This is the physical switch we were discussing during the networking topic, right? So this is the physical switch. It has 24 ports. Okay. The other end, it is connected to this physical switch. It has 24 ports, out of which one of the cable which we connected on the server backend here, it is connected to this port here. Okay, that's how it's showing green here. Otherwise, it will show some red mark, no cable connected. We'll see like the other 2 cables which are not connected, right? We can add and see as well. Okay. On the switch side, this is a physical switch in our lab, and here it is the server side network ports. Okay. Now we are going to create one more switch and attach some other, like let's we can say like this. Connected to the switch, but there is no connection here. It is like this, really, like right now on the server, physical server. Now we are going to create this part. We create one more virtual switch with one or two port groups on top of it. We'll create one first. We'll create one virtual switch, one port group, and connect it to one of the NIC which is not connected with cable. Okay, so we'll create a virtual switch now. So here from this page, these are port groups. This box, right? Small gray color box. Each one is one port group. Here you see VM kernel port. That means it's a VM kernel port group. And here you see virtual machines. That means this is a virtual machine port group. This name you can change anytime, but you can identify the type as virtual machine port group based on the name listed here. Virtual machines. Okay. This is a virtual machine port group. This is VM kernel port group. Fine. And this will be created by default. When you install OS itself, it will be like this. We are not touching anything on the existing switch. We'll create a new switch now. To create a new switch, yesterday I have given you the navigation, but still fine. If you can check here itself, you can click on add networking here next to this virtual switch, or you can click on this global, like the above one, which is add networking. Both are same. There is minor difference. We'll see that way. If you click on add networking here, it will ask which port group you want to create. Without port group, also we can create, but it's of no use. Like this, also we can create. Like this also you can create. But why we need simple switch without connections? It's of no use. You can select either VM kernel or virtual machine. If you select this network adapter, only this network adapter will be connected, but without any port group. It's of no use. Select either virtual machine port group or VM kernel port group. Now I want for virtual machine port group. Select virtual machine port group. Next, because I selected global add networking here, it is asking you want to create on an existing switch or you want to create a new switch. I want to create a new switch, right? So I'll select new switch here. Fine. Next, which network adapters you want to connect? Click on plus symbol here. You can create without, if you can click next also you can finish, but it will be created like this. One port group will be created, but no network adapters. This is also no use, okay, without network adapter. So we have to select one of the network adapters. Click on plus symbol. So there are 3 unused network adapters. Out of 4, 3 are unused, means not connected to any of the virtual switch. So we can connect. So we can say we'll select VMNIC 2 for now. Say okay. Next. That's fine. It is showing the network adapter that you have selected is not connected to any of the network switch outside. I selected this one. It is showing there is no active connection to the outside network. That's fine. Okay. We'll see. Like that's what we want to test. And name of the port group, I want to name it backup port group. I want to use it for backup purpose. And VLAN ID we will discuss during network security tomorrow. Okay. Next. Finish. You can see one switch is created. This is the virtual switch which is created newly now. And one port group also created called backup. That's what how we named. Okay, backup for virtual switch. And here is the VM network adapter 2 which we selected, but it is not connected to the external world. The physical switch, there is no cable connected. That's why it's showing red mark. Here also it is white. Here it is green. You can see the difference. Green and white. And also there is a red mark. There may be a loose connection or maybe cable itself not connected. But in our case, we are sure that there is no cable. If there is cable also connected, but it is still showing red, means loose connection. Or maybe on the switch end, it is not connected. Or even if it is tightly connected here and here, both ends, still it is showing down, means it should be configured as well. On the physical switch port, wherever we connected, the network team should make it active. By default, they will be down. That's what I'm saying. Switch port should be configured to send and receive traffic. They should bring it up, normally make it active. Then only it will show green. So three reasons. One is cable itself not connected. If it is connected, it should be tightly connected between source and destination here and here. Or even if it is tightly connected and cable is healthy, the switch port should be configured. Three reasons for a network connection drop here, because you will be getting maybe once in a while in day-to-day work network uplink redundancy lost. One of the network connection might be broken here like this. Then you should know where what to check now. So clearly I have explained all the three reasons. Okay. Causes for a network. Disconnection. If you see disconnected network adapter, one cable is not connected. Second one, faulty cable maybe. Third one, switch port should be configured. If it is the first time, if you are working like a brand new server, if you are building, even after connecting cable, if it is showing not showing, then switch side is problem. If it was already running for some time and now it is showing disconnected, maybe a cable problem or adapter problem. Okay. Your day-to-day job, it will be helpful. Fine. Now we have created a switch like this. Port group, virtual switch, network card which is not connected. Now, if you go and connect a cable, it should come up. Okay, connect a cable, make sure it is connected to switch as well. And server side, take a picture. So we are going to connect a cable now. We'll see the difference. Meanwhile, if you have any question, we can discuss about this architecture. The connectivity things will be done by the data center team. Data center team will help on that. We don't need to do anything. Some questions are fine. So meanwhile, we'll create one port group as well. I want to create another port group with VM kernel port group here in the existing switch. Okay, second one. You can click on add networking here. You can click on add networking here. Both are same. We have tried this one, add networking. We'll try this second one now. Yes, when we install OS itself, one vSwitch will be created and connected. vSwitch will be created with two port groups, one VM kernel and one virtual machine, and will be connected to one of the active cable network as well. When you install OS itself, it will be there, the first one. So don't touch this first switch until you get confidence. Okay, on this networking part, you can practice on the second switch. You can create a new switch. If you want to delete it, click three dots and remove. This one you do. Don't do it on this one. If you do this one, you will lose this management network. Okay, if you remove this switch, it will be like this. So we will not have any connection to the host, but we can bring it. In our lab, we have an option to reset everything. We can recreate it, but you should know how to fix it. You should not call me again. If you want to do this also, you can recreate. Even from remote location, even if you delete this, you can recreate, but you should know how to do that. Okay. From the console, ID rack console, you can set it to reset config, reset virtual network. Okay. I'll show you how to do that, but don't try it as of now. This is host. We will lose everything. We lose host vCenter also. So try it on any other host which you create. Okay. So I want to create a VM kernel port group here on the second one. So I'm going to create add networking from here. So here we have already tested. Here I'm selecting. I'm selecting next to vSwitch 1 and clicking on add networking. VM kernel port group. That's why it is automatically selected. Select an existing switch and vSwitch is already selected. Because I'm clicking on next to vSwitch 1, it is. From here also I can do. Click on add networking, VM kernel. Here also I can change again. By default it is selected as vSwitch 0, but I want to create it on vSwitch 1. I can select vSwitch 1 from here also. There is no problem, but you should know like how to do that. Okay, so browse and select this. Clear? vSwitch 1 is selected. Next, what is the port group? I want to use it for something called vMotion. I'll name it as like this. Rest of the things we'll ignore for now. We'll discuss later. What are those things? Next, for VM kernel network, VM kernel port group, we need one IP address as well. Okay, automatically or manually, we need to assign one IP address as well. In this case, I'll assign automatically. Sorry, manually. Okay, I'm assigning 1.1.1. So before assigning, I'll just check if it is free or not. How to check if it is free? Ping space that IP address. Just right click, whatever the copied one will be automatically pasted here. It's not responding, so it is not used. Next, finish. Now a port group is created and you can see the type as VM kernel and it has 1.1.1 IP address. Okay. And here it's a virtual machine port group. Cable connected. Okay, we have created a port group on an existing switch and he connected cable. I don't know which one he connected. It's showing different number here. We'll go here and check. Go to physical adapters. So he connected VM NEC 3. Can you remove and connect to 2? Other port. And which one he connected, we'll see here. So he connected this one. Like this he connected. Some other numbering. Yeah, this one is on. Okay, he connected now. And we'll see now which one he changed. Earlier it was like this. Now we can see it's green and here the red cross mark also is clear. Okay, he changed the top connection, right? So from this port he changed it to this port. This is VM NIC 2 and this is VM NIC 3, 0 and 1. Okay, so 2 and 3 on top. That's why you can see. You can go to physical adapters and see 2 is connected. 0, 1, 2 are not connected. Fine. Created a virtual switch with one port group and one network, and created a port group as well. Now, for redundancy, it should be 2 network adapters. Now we will lose vCenter and host everything. He removed the original switch. We connected back. Okay. Fine. So we will, for redundancy, there should be 2 network adapters. From this virtual switch, there should be 2 networks. From this virtual switch, there should be 2 networks. Okay. And say again, I'll show you. It should not be like this as well. Let's say we'll leave like this, and we connected 3 cables like this. One is connected here, right? And it should not be like this as well. And you tell me, if I connect like this, is it fair? This switch connected to this network adapter and connected to this switch. Is it fine?
No.
Do we have redundancy here? Yes or no?
No.
This virtual switch, MTU will discuss later. Okay, in one switch, you can have any number of adapters that are available on the server side. All 4 also you can connect to the same switch. But minimum 2 are required. 1 is also fine, but redundancy will not be there. For redundancy, minimum 2 will be there. Okay. Maximum you can connect any number of adapters that are there on the server. So on the server, maximum you get 16 adapters. Depends on the model again. And from remote, you answer me like, is this fair or not? From this virtual
No.
switch, 2 network adapters, physical switch. So do we have redundancy here?
No.
No. So that's not correct way of connecting the connections now. It should not be connected like that. It should be like this, and here it should be like this. Now, correct, right? The second NIC from the same virtual switch going to the second physical switch. If there is any problem on the physical switch 1 also, second switch will work. Or if there is any problem here as well, we still have another connection. Right? It should be like this. So we'll try to add and remove network adapters here. Okay, we need 2 network adapters for redundancy. Click on manage physical adapter. Click on plus symbol. Select whichever you want, 1 or 3. Finish. So 2 are connected, but out of which 1 is disconnected. Okay, you can see disconnected. 1 is connected. So it should be cable normally. Here again, if you want to add one more
Sir,
network
can you show
adapter
that
here,
again?
yeah, I'm the second one I'm showing. In this switch, second switch, only 1 network adapter is connected. So there should be minimum 2 for redundancy. Click on manage physical adapters. Click here. So there is 1 active adapter that is already connected to. So click on plus symbol. Only 1 adapter which is unused is VMNIC 3. Select it. Click on OK. Okay. It's connected. Fine. So manage physical adapters. Select the adapter, you can remove or you can add, click on plus symbol. Fine. And now, so we'll try to change the names of the port groups. Backup port group, right? I want to change it to backup 01. If you want to modify this port group, there are three dots. Click on it, edit settings, change it to backup 01. So now you know how to modify a port group as well. But when VMs are there, don't modify a port group. If I change this port group name now, all the VMs will lose the network connection. Because these virtual machines will be looking for this name and this name is not available anymore. I renamed it. Like, make sure there are no VMs, then you rename it. Okay. Now, we'll see. Go to the. Is it clear up to now? Whatever we have discussed. Creating a switch, virtual switch, port groups,
Yes, sir.
managing the physical adapters. Three things you should be clear. And modify port group names as well. Anything, if you want to practice, don't practice on ESXi server, which is main server, and vSwitch 0, don't touch. You can create another switch and you can practice. Or on your host, you can create even 10 network adapters also you can add. Like this, 10 network adapters you can create on a virtual machine. This is the host, right? Having 241, this is the host. 241. Okay. So this virtual machine you create and install normally ESXi nested virtualization you do, right, for lab practice. Go to edit settings of this virtual machine. You can add any number of NICs, maximum 10, like up to 10 network adapters you can add. If you add 10 network adapters, all the 10 network adapters will be displayed here. So you can practice however you want. 10 network cards you will have. If you want to work on this lab itself, 2 network cards are more than enough, but you will have 10 adapters. You can play with networking however you want. One switch, one adapter, 2 adapters, 4 adapters, however you want, you can configure. Try that out until you get confidence. On your nested host, you try. Don't try it on the main server. Okay. On your server, you can maximum create 4 network adapters. So go to edit settings, add new device, select network adapter. So one more adapter will be created. That's it. Here you can see second network adapter. Okay, now it will be visible on 241, but need a reboot of this machine. Directly it will not visible. You need to power off and power on. Then it will show here whatever the newly added NIC. Fine. And now we'll see the VM networking part here. As of now, we are discussing about only host networking. We'll see the VM networking. How a virtual machine will be connected in the network. Virtual machine is here. Virtual machine will have everything virtual hardware. Virtual RAM, virtual CPU, virtual hard disk. Same way, it will have virtual network adapter also. VNIC. That's what we see on the virtual machine edit setting. If you want to see hardware of this virtual machine, go to edit settings. You can see all the hardware configuration. Network adapter. That's the VNIC I'm saying. VNIC will be connected to what port group? VM kernel, right?
VM kernel.
VM will be connected to VM kernel port group, correct?
VM, no, sir. The other port group.
Okay. So which one? VM kernel or virtual machine?
Virtual machine.
VM will be connected to which port group?
Virtual machine.
Virtual machine. We'll verify that. So here, if you go to edit VM edit settings, network adapter, browse, you can see backup 01 and VM network only 2. Okay. We'll go and verify what are those port groups, whether VM kernel or virtual machine. Backup 01 and VM network. Others are not displayed here. Cancel, cancel, select the host, virtual switches, VM network. It is virtual machine port group. Backup 01. This is also virtual machine port group. And vMotion, which is VM kernel port group, and management network, which is VM kernel port group, are not even displayed. Okay, it's like they have arranged only virtual machines can see virtual machine port group only. They have designed in such a way, something like that. There are only narrow road, only two-wheelers can enter. So in that way, four-wheelers cannot even enter, right? The same like here. Virtual machines can't even see VM kernel port group. It can see only virtual machine port group. So there is no possibility of connecting a VM to VM kernel port group. By mistake or forcefully, whatever it is, it's not possible. Okay, VM will be connected to virtual machine port group only. Any port group on that host it can connect. Right now the VM is connected to, we'll verify one VM and its connectivity. 241, right? This VM named as ESXi1. So which is here. ESXi1 connected to this port group. This port group is on this virtual switch. Virtual switch is connected to network adapter. Network adapter, there is active connection to the physical network as well. So if you try to reach that machine, ping space, IP, it should be reachable. When frequently, like the old students are contacting me, I'm not able to connect to the virtual machine, remote access or network access, whatever it is. I'm not able to reach the virtual machine. You have to check the first networking. This part, like I'm explaining for a week completely about network, should be very clear. Now, for a virtual machine network connection, what should we check? Okay. So first check the virtual machine whether it is powered on or not. It's powered on. Then go to edit set. First verify whether it is showing IP address or not. Okay, IP address is showing. Okay, then go to edit settings. Check the network issue. First, you need to check the network connection, right? So here, what port group it is connected, whether it is connected or not. If I remove this connection, it will not connect. It's having some issue on the host. It is not allowing to do. Okay, removed. If I connect now, it will not be connecting because cable is not connected on the virtual machine. Network adapter is not connected, you see. It is tagged to the VM network, but it is not connected. Connect button is not enabled. Even though everything is fine, it will not connect. Okay. Here it should show white box. It will detect in some time. It will show white box, which is not connected state. Okay. If you see edit settings, it is not connected. You enable it. It should work. Then you ping. It's giving error, but we'll see whether it is done or not. No, it's not like that. Yeah, it's connected now. If you ping, it should ping. The first thing you have to check the VM network settings only. Go to edit settings, make sure it is connected to the correct port group or not. Okay. Here, if you want to connect it to different port group, select that one, say OK, and OK. The VM port group will be changed. Now I'm changing that port group from VM network to backup. Host is giving error, some issue with host. It's connected to here itself we can see which network it is connected. Backup 01. Backup 01. Now go to the host, configure tab, backup 01, and it is connected here. Here there are also active connections. If you test ping, it will be pinging. If there are no active connections, it will not ping. Fine. So you have to verify that path first. So if you want to check the VM network connection, VM will be connected to via vNIC card, connected to what port group? Virtual machine port group. It is on vSwitch. vSwitch will be connected to physical network
Physical
adapter. Physical network adapter cable will be going to
Server.
Physical network switch. From physical switch to internet. This is how normally a virtual machine is connected. I'll show you that navigation. Virtual machine via its network adapter connected to port group. This port group is presented here on the virtual switch. The port group is connected to virtual switch. Virtual switch is connected to physical network adapter. Physical network adapter cable is going to this physical switch. From physical switch, it is connected to internet. Okay, so the same path I have written. If you are not able to connect to the VM, applications inside the VM or VM network itself, ping, okay, or connectivity issues, you have to check this path completely. And we know how to check this path until this network adapter. This path, network team will take care. Yeah, we have to check VM edit settings, make sure the network adapter is enabled, and on the virtual switch, it is connected to the correct port group, which has network connection outside. So here, first, if you are not able to ping this machine, go to edit settings, make sure it is connected, and backup port group. Okay, go to the host where it is running, backup port group, it is on virtual switch, and here also it is green. Virtual switch also having actual connected cables. If still it is there, if it is not pinging, check from the operating system and log into the OS. Make sure the OS is assigned, the IP address is assigned properly or not. Okay. Then you talk to the network admin. There is everything fine with my virtual machine, but it is still not pinging. Can you check from your end? Something problem maybe at the network end as well. Clear? So now it's time for you to practice on the ESXi networking. Play today's video and try to perform the lab. You'll get a lot of confusion, questions. Okay. So ask me or post in the group. Okay, someone will help. Okay, who is confident on that. If you don't do it today or tomorrow or maybe at least by before Sunday, Monday onwards it will be a new topic and you will miss this topic forever like this lab. You will have a lot of confusions later. Okay, practice. We have 4 days of time from today to Sunday. Tomorrow there will be network security on the same thing only, same topic only, network topic itself. That VLAN thing that we discussed, right? This VLAN discussed, and one more thing we will security feature we will discuss tomorrow.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Sir, is the data center space emptied?
Data.
Data store space. Because yesterday I was
Okay.
making a new VM, so there was no data store, no
Okay.
space.
Here, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
no space means. Okay. Yeah, there
yeah.
is 200 GB free space now.
Okay, so for
We'll see.
today's
Like we'll
practice,
try to
I
make
can.
some 1000 GB. We have an option to make some 1000 GB. I'll
Mhm.
inform the students to make it get ready.
Sure, sir, that would be great.
I
Because
just
yesterday I was like having some more issues. So there were no
yeah, no
space,
problem.
and thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions or issues? Then see you tomorrow.